A-Town all day.
What's up, Nation? Dirty Jersey in the house. I don't know why we started like that, but it's Thanksgiving.
Hey, y'all gonna talk about my city?
We've all had a couple tonight. Been a fun day, except for my football picks. But this is an NBA DFS podcast. I'm joined here by the man CashinDFS and Johnny G Daddy 80. My two boys. How you guys doing today, Cash? How was your Thanksgiving? You worked today, right?
I did. I mean, it's all right. Except the best part of the day was getting blocked on Twitter by a donut.
I know, man.
Fat donut.
That was awesome, man. First time, you know you're starting to make it when you get blocked on Twitter by people, man. That's big. I got blocked too by the same guy, but I kind of it wasn't organic, so like it's like half a block. You know, like I knew I was gonna get blocked. What about you, Johnny? Did you get blocked on Twitter today, or how was your Thanksgiving?
Man, I stayed the F away from Twitter today. I was like, I had way too much going on today, and I don't even think I did any. I don't think I've been on Twitter all day, but that the thing with Twitter, the crazy thing isn't it like normally like when it comes to DFS, isn't it normally the touts that are blocking everybody else? But yet we're getting blocked when we call somebody out on some bullshit they call us out on. So
yeah, we're special. We're special. We're
pretty funny, right?
We're changing
the game, right? Changing the game. So, but yeah, no, good times, man. Just had the family over today, and finally got everything all done here, and now we're doing the show and trying to help out the nation make some money tomorrow.
Yeah, man, and we've been hot. We've been real hot in NBA. Put up my first 400. Cash, you're killing me, bro.
CK's killing me.
I know. We're having a little too much fun here. Hope the nation had a marvelous Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, the worst day of the year, Black Friday. Any of you guys go shopping? I know Cash ain't shopping. You going shopping? You taking your wife shopping?
Hell no.
You fighting the lines, Johnny? You going shopping?
No
chance.
No, man. I've done that. I've done that twice in my life, and it's enough. And waiting in those lines costs me too much money. My time is way too valuable, and I could be making money in DFS. So I way rather be at home making lineups tomorrow. For sure.
Now, the only reason I bring that up, CK, he made a critical mistake. We were talking today about doing a Black Friday promo giveaway, and he did not give me the actual numbers on it. So I'm going to decide. And the way it's going to run, we're going to have a promo. It's already up on the site. It runs out tomorrow, expires tomorrow at midnight. It's 1 day only. You'll get the remainder of the NBA season and the playoffs. And we're talking December, January, February, March, April, May, and the playoffs end in June. So you're getting 7 months of Wise Take NBA DFS content. And we're going to do it for $74.99. I hope that's okay. Normally it was about $1.74 just like a month and a half ago. I hope CK is cool with that, but we're going to do $74.99. I mean, it's only a day. How many people are really going to sign up? I'm sure, he wasn't thinking that low, but I love the nation, and don't come out of my pocket. So I'm cool with that. $100 savings. Sign up, nation, if you want to get on board. Definitely a good opportunity. What do you guys think about that? You think that's cool? $100 off rest of the season?
I think if you plan on going shopping today or in the morning or whatever, you should just save a little. That's $75, and then all the money you're gonna make, you're gonna have a hell of a Christmas next year.
Hey guys, you know what? I feel like I'm about to come off like a Don West infomercial here, but you know what? I'm gonna make the deal pay for itself. I'm gonna throw in a 30-minute free lesson if you sign up, a 30-minute lesson with me. So we'll do a free coaching session, and I'll include that. That alone pays for it. So let's go ahead and make that go.
Anybody that signs up, you're going to give them a free coaching session?
Yeah.
What if 100 people sign up?
Hey, man.
Be a lot of time. You got a lot of
time. I just giving up a lot of free money there, so hours, but we get, yeah.
In all seriousness, it will pay for itself. Patio Joe, guy doesn't know anything about basketball. He used the cheat sheets the other night. He won a $12 GPP, turned that into $150, won a $33 satellite for a $33 entry on Christmas for the NBA slate on Christmas, which is an awesome slate on like a 5-cent qualifier. So he took $12.05 and turned it into 188. Essentially, that is more than what the savings is. So it'll definitely pay for itself and probably a lot more. Definitely a cool opportunity. If you guys want to get on board, jump on it. Wise Take, one of the fastest growing teams in DFS, and we got a lot of good minds in here. And I'm so pumped about tomorrow's slate, coming off two of my best slates of the year. Really looking forward to diving in. You guys want to talk about some NBA? You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right, man. 9 games. Started off the usual format. Johnny, I'll start with you. Give me point guards in the high end. Johnny's going to give the DK point of view. Cash will give us the FanDuel for those of you that play on FanDuel. Johnny, take me down to about 6K in point guard. What do you like?
Yeah, so fish over here in DK. Westbrook just came off of a pretty good game. Playing against Detroit, with Reggie Jackson, not really afraid of his defense. He's not really a good defender. I still think he's a little bit too cheap at 10-6. I think he finally is kind of getting his role with his team a little bit. You see them kind of meshing well. I think everybody's kind of developing a role there. So 10-6, I think is a good price for him. So I like that play. I'm not on Curry at all tomorrow. That's gonna be a blowout, so I'm gonna stay away from that game. The Kyrie game. Looking back at game logs, and I know the last game log, he only put up 20 points. I know he only played 20 minutes, and I don't know if that was the injury game or not, but I don't.
What,
I
the
don't
last
think
time he played Boston?
Elf wasn't playing. Yeah, last time he played Boston.
Okay.
So I don't. Irvin, he's only 8,300. If he has one of his Kyrie games, and he just takes over the fourth quarter, if it's not a blowout, of course, and he might be in play. But I don't know if I'm going to be in on him at 8,300. I think there's a little bit better plays for me. Going down a little bit further here, I like Kemba Walker against Cleveland. I just don't like him on the road. $8,200 is a little bit expensive, so I'm probably not going to play much Kemba Walker tomorrow. Looking at Kyle Lowry, 8,100. It's a little bit of a steep price. He's had some good games. He's playing against Darren Collison defense. Not really afraid of that. He's in play. Not my favorite play, but he's definitely in play. A little bit further down, we look at Victor Oladipo. I like him, but I like him a little bit better at shooting guard. Let's see. Goran Dragic, I think it's 6,700. I think he's priced where he should be, but he's playing against Jeff Teague in Minnesota. Not good against the point guard, so I definitely think he's a good play. And then Dennis Schroeder, I think is my favorite in that high to mid low tier, I should say, or high mid tier, at 6,600 against New York. New York's not really good against point guard. They're not really good against anybody. So I like that play. And let me see if there's anything else a little bit further down here. Darren Collison against Kyle Lowry defense. That's pretty good.
What's Collison's price?
He's 6,000.
6,000. All right, that's where we're cutting off. That's
okay.
You like that price on Collison? 6,000?
I don't like the price. Yeah. I was gonna get there. Don't like the price, but I like the matchup. But I don't like the price, so I'm probably gonna pass on him.
Okay. All right. Cash, my man, on FanDuel, just the ones you like. What are you thinking over there? What do you like at point guard?
I mean, I do like Russ, but I don't like Russ coming off of 2 huge games. So, I mean, he should be popular.
Big
price went up a little bit, but
pace down.
Yeah, I won't. I'm pretty sure, like right now, I would not be going there for me. But I like Lowry in Indiana. I can get on some of that. I like Schroeder at home. He's been bad recently, but that's all right. That usage ain't.
He's getting the usage. Yeah, he's taking 20 shots a game.
Yeah, that usage ain't going nowhere, and it won't as long as he's out there. And I kind of like. I don't like Irving because I don't like that price, but I like point guards against the Magic.
Yeah.
And I like Elf. Like Boston's defense has been really good, but point guards have been going off against them recently. So
yeah, that's probably their one weakness as a team defensively. Boston is point guards because Kyrie don't play no.
I mean, he's only 6'2", and we know our boy CK says it every time he's on the slate. He got triple-double upside at $6,000, and he is a slate breaker. Dude can break the slate.
Yep.
And Mario Chalmers.
It's hard to pay 6-1 for that.
I know, right? Like that price, man. But
is there still upside? Like, you think he's got 40-point ceiling?
I mean, he does, yes, but that's more like I would think I don't know, man. I don't want to pay that price for Mario Chalmers, but it is in Denver. Nah. I think I'd rather play Reggie Jackson. Even though he sucks he sucks. Like, he's not as good to me. But
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like either one of those.
For me, Reggie Jackson, like, I only play him when I pair him with Drummond, because they play the pick and roll. A lot of his assists correlate. Otherwise, like, I never play Reggie Jackson. So, like for me, first, it's not a good Drummond spot. Yeah.
Nope.
So I don't think I'd go there. But, all right, we'll cut you off over there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to Westbrook. I think the ownership's going to be there. This is a pace-down spot. There's a lot of good...
cash, though, like...
Yeah, cash for sure.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yep. Curry, I agree. Blowout. They're healthy. There's no reason to go there. I think Kyrie's probably the first option that I'd be interested in, but he's also expensive. Like, I don't know if he's got, 55, 60 burger. Let's see what the line is on that game. If any of you know, no, I got it right here. So the Celtics are 8.5-point favorites at home. We got a 208 over/under. I'd be interested to see how that line moves overnight. If Orlando plays well and keeps it close, then yeah, he could. If the Celtics kind of control the pace and the lead most of the game, then he probably won't.
Just look at what Dragic just did to Boston. He had his best game. He had his best game since his revenge spot in Phoenix.
What, from last year or this year?
No, yeah, since his revenge game on the 8th in Phoenix, he had his best game against Boston.
Yeah, he scored 34 actual points.
Yeah, man, I like Elf, man.
Yep, I like Elf, and I like the shorter call, the usage against the Knicks. I got to take a look at the pace on that. Those numbers aren't quite out just yet, but that may be paced down for Atlanta, so maybe it's not as friendly of a spot. What about Dragic in Minnesota against Teague defense? You like that?
I mean, I do, but he's just not showing upside. It's only been a couple games this year he's showing upside. At this price, he's gonna go out and give me 35. I doubt it. I don't like it.
Last time these guys played, it did go to overtime, but Waiters was the beneficiary. He went for 50 that night. All right, man. It's a couple good options up there. Johnny, take me from 6K all the way to the bottom. What do you like in the cheap seats?
Yeah, on DraftKings, we have Mario Chalmers sitting at 5,300.
That's much better.
It's a lot better. My concern is, if they were playing in Memphis, I'd probably be more apt to play them. I don't like to play point guards Denver's not good on defense. Let's just be real, and in almost any position. But the altitude, and a lot of people forget that. A lot of guys, that's why it's a slower. It's gonna, the pace is definitely not going to be as fast. Denver's not playing as fast as they were last year. So I really don't like to take road teams in Denver. I'm just not a big fan of it. So I'm probably not going to be on Chalmers. Maybe if I was playing cash games, I'd play him because I think at 5,300 he's cash game viable. But I don't think he has a ceiling in that environment for me in my tournaments.
Let me give you a quick statistic. Denver Nuggets last 5 games have given up the most points to the point guard, 87.1 DraftKings points. There's two guys, but still, that's a lot of points to the point guard.
The thing we got to look at too is that the pace might move up with Millsap off the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to see what Denver's played the last 2 games with Millsap off.
It's going to be more like last year.
But with that statistic that you brought up, what's the home and road splits?
I do not have that. I don't know if never has been home or away, but I'm not contradicting you. I'm just pointing out that statistic.
Sure.
For me, it says he's interesting. Not on FanDuel, he's too expensive. On DraftKings, 5,300. 7X is like a 37. He has done that this year. Sure. I think that's going to happen less often than not, but it's in the realm of possibilities. What else do you like down here?
Yeah, so I'll definitely look into him a little bit more. Look at those home route splits. That's great information to give out, but I just would like to look into that a little bit on my own. I think that's something good for the viewers to look into. Going a little bit further down, I love Rajon Rondo, 4,900, highest total of the night against Phoenix. Give me Rondo, all the Rondo.
Yeah, I can't. That's my favorite play at point guard on the entire slate. So you ain't gonna get no arguments from me. Anybody else?
Yeah, let me look down here a little bit more. Please, David Nwaba, come back soon. I miss you. Let's see.
Well, what is he doing in the point guard slot? Like, he's not a point guard. I don't understand.
Honestly, you give me somebody at $4,000 that can put up his volume. I don't care what position he's at.
Of course. I love the multi-position eligibility. It gives me more options. But he's not a point guard.
No.
Well, Steph Curry is not a Steph Curry's
shooting
not
guard
either.
No, he's not. So I think that's it for me.
All right. Cash, what do you got in the cheap seats?
Almost cursed.
No.
Rajon Rondo is my favorite play at point guard by a lot. Like, he's been bad. Yeah, he hasn't been great, but I don't care. It's in Phoenix, so yes, please. I'll take all the Rondo. Love it. And Jose Calderon is 4,200. Wow. No way. I'm good. You want a cheap cash play? Maybe you can plug him in, but nah, I'm good on that. Moutier is cheap.
Yeah.
But
you
never know.
What was that the other night where he got announced as the starter, then not? Like, what do you think that was all about? Was that just like a Malone, extra, messing with DFS, or
he extra messed with me?
Yeah, I know.
And all of us.
Oh my God,
Fareed, for 1 minute.
Yeah, so I think something happened prior to the game where he was getting punished because it's against Houston and you're shorthanded, and he did decent the game before, and you don't come to him in the whole first quarter when it was still a game, right? Then Jokic gets hurt, right? So you're more shorthanded. He still doesn't get in. Then the game gets out of hand, becomes like a 35-point game, and he's not even good. He's too good for blowout time. So when was this guy going to play? I don't understand it, but Malone is known for doing this kind of stuff. We should have actually, seen it coming a little bit and not been as exposed, but I guess you got to have those painful reminders early in the NBA season.
I came off of him. I came off of him some because of the Ryan Anderson news. Like once Ryan Anderson was out, I was like, it's gonna be Tucker. Like, I just didn't think it was as good. Yeah, it's gonna be smaller. It's gonna be a smaller game, but still, for the guy not to play 1 minute, he could play minutes for every team in the NBA besides this team. So I don't understand. Like, you're not that good. Like, he could go to Golden State and play backup power forward minutes. Like, you're not that good. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. This coach, it's stupid. But I also like Ish Smith. I like Ish Smith every day. 3-6 in this game. If it turns into a blowout, maybe he'll get the blowout run too. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but that's it down here.
Yeah. One more play.
Bowling ball
alert.
Yeah, I like him too. Raymond Felton, if you don't know.
If you don't know
somebody.
That's right. One other play I like on DraftKings and FanDuel, Antonio Blakeney. He's getting the minutes for the Bulls, 24, 17, 18, 26 in his last 5. Taking shots from what I've seen. I think there's definite blowout risk where he may get a ceiling game in terms of minutes. Pace up spot against the Bulls. Minimum priced. I'm not sure yet. This is a first look, but that is something certainly I will give you a final answer on the Y stream tomorrow. That could be an awesome, awesome value play. You know, I'm looking for 3 guys to get me about 8x under 4K. This guy is certainly on my radar, but I got to dig into game flows and see when and where he will come in and out depending on the score. But definitely a mid-price guy that I'm interested in.
He's gotten 18 plus minutes in all these games he's played in except one.
Yeah, no, he's interesting. Min-priced? Forget about it. But that's cool. That rounds out point guard for now. Rondo, sounds like we all in agreement with him. Going to be hard to get off Rondo. You know, some serious value would have to open up. Later on in the show, I'm curious to hear who you guys want to pair with him, if anyone. But let's go to shooting guard. Cash, I'll start with you this time. Take me down to about 6K. What do you like?
I don't ever want to pay that price for DeRozan. I'm biased.
It's not even biased. Like, you know, DeRozan's not a guy that's going to put up 60. You know, like,
I don't know. Some people like to play him. I guess I don't know. I can't play him at $9,000.
No,
like he has to score 40 points for me to pay that price off because he just doesn't do enough.
Not even. Like scoring 40 real points. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is a decent pace-up spot against Indiana, but Oladipo's a good defender. So I agree. Too expensive. He was 7,800. I'd be looking at it.
I can't do it. Tyreek Evans,
dude
went off again. Like I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay that price, but I mean, it's an everyday thing. Like every day, so he's an option even at that price.
Yeah.
Oh, Booker. I mean, everybody in this game is playable. Like. Fast pace, no defense. I like it.
Yo,
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Did you see the 3-pointer he hit to send that game into overtime the other night?
I didn't.
Oh my God, you got to see the replay. It was ridiculous. Fading away into the bench, like it was ridiculous. I'll send you a clip on YouTube. Really, really nice. Love their Devin Booker. Keep going.
Tim Hardaway is coming off of a monster. So, and it's against his old team in Atlanta, in the city,
in the A,
the only city in this world that even matters. But I expect him to be. I expect him to be super popular. Like he's gonna be super popular. So if you want to fade in tournaments and play him in cash, I'll be cool with that. But get him in a tournament as well because. He could go off.
He's showing a ceiling that I didn't even know he was capable of, to be quite honest.
Yep. And my other guy down here would be Will Barton. I mean, Millsap is gone. He's been starting at the 3. Or last game, 2 games he started at the 3, but Chandler came back the last one and he started at the 3 still. So I like that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Tim Hardaway is something we're gonna have to get a pulse of the industry. See how owned he is. Like, I don't want to be on board of chalk Tim Hardaway night. You know, like, he's still dependent on a shot. That can always bust. So, like, unless he's not on everybody's radar, like, a ton of value opens up, I probably, would be more inclined to fade that or have minimal ownership. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm building 3, he'd make 1 team.
Yeah, but, I'd rather go to Klay Thompson at lower ownership and
at
Klay
no
Thompson's
ownership.
At home. Yeah, he's at home, too, so.
Yep. Johnny, what's your thoughts on the top end, the shooting guard?
Yeah, so just kind of hitting on that Hardaway, I think that he's going to be a lot more chalky on DraftKings than he would be on FanDuel just because of the position scarcity and because Booker is 7,800 over on DraftKings. He's only 7,200 on FanDuel. So I think that he's a lot cheaper. So I think he's probably going to be chalk on DraftKings, and he's playing against Bazemore, who can't guard anything. So, so let's go. We'll start up here. I like Devin Booker. He's starting to get a little too expensive for me in tournaments. He's at 7,800. It's a great matchup though, but he's 7,800. I mean, he has a ceiling to definitely exceed value, but it's such a big number, you know. I really don't like to pay that much for my shooting guards, but he's in play. I like Jimmy Butler. I like the matchup. He's only 6,800. He's playing against Miami. Miami's weak against shooting guards. I like that play. Hardaway is probably my favorite play, but he's probably everybody's favorite play at 6,600 on DraftKings. And just a little bit below him, I like Drew Holiday for 6,400 playing against Phoenix, and everybody's in playing that Phoenix New Orleans game, just like Cash talked about.
Yep.
Let's see if there's anybody else I like here. Will Barton's at the cutoff at 6,000. I like him a lot. He's at home. He's been starting. He's going to continue to start. So I like that play.
Yep. Definitely Will Barton seeing the usage with Millsap out. Booker, I made a bunch of money last year when he went for like 91 against Boston, and it's just like a fond memory for me. So like, I've got such a soft spot in my heart for Booker, and I just always think he has that potential. I have noticed though with Monroe, he's actually starting to accrue assists. He had 10 assists 2 games ago, and Monroe's getting the minutes. We saw Alex Len just not get on the court now. So it's when Chandler's in, it's Chandler and then Monroe. And they're not going to play Chandler a ton of minutes. So Booker and Monroe are playing a lot together, and I think there's more opportunity for assists. And the scoring upside is just still there. Against New Orleans, pace neutral to up, good spot. I think on FanDuel where it's 72, I'll have a bunch. 78, we'll see. It's an interesting tournament pivot off of Hardaway. Pay up for somebody that could beat him raw points wise. But, that's something we're going to have to dig into a lot harder overnight. And you guys have interest in Nick Batum if he's playing against the Cavs at 6,500 on FanDuel? Not sure what he is on DraftKings.
I have interest in everybody playing the Cavs, but I hope he misses so I can play Lamb. But if he misses, Lamb might become chalk.
Yep.
Especially after last game. But
oh, my God. Lamb's another guy that's showing me ceilings I didn't know he was capable of, but like Lamb,
I knew he was capable of it.
Yeah.
I mean, his rebound rate when he came in last year was so high.
Yeah. Yep. The rebound rate did impress me, but he's scoring on a different level this year than he was last year. Like, he's really coming into his own. So take me down. Take me down to Value Town from 6K and below, Cash.
I mean, that's who I like. Lamb. Avery Bradley is a POS.
Mm-hmm.
He screws me every time I play him. He has a
sat out practice on Wednesday, but expected to play on Friday.
Yeah, don't play that guy. Dion Waiters, I don't think I can do it. He went ham in that game in Miami.
Yeah, but that was in Miami.
Don't think I could do that. Oh man, I mean Bellinelli. He's all right for a tournament.
Yeah.
Etuan Moore, if he's going to start again, he's in Phoenix. So that's okay. J.R. Smith, he played some minutes. There's a whole bunch of crap down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Nick Young, flyer. If it's a blowout, maybe he comes in and just draining them.
Yep. Nick Young could get some ball runs. So Etuan Moore, right? Don't understand exactly why he started the last 2 games. OKC and San Antonio, not the ideal matchups for him. And not sure against Phoenix. Phoenix is like the ideal spot, so maybe he won't start, because that's just the way Coach been doing things. But if he does start, I do like the price pace up against Phoenix. I could definitely get on board with that. Bellinelli,
he'll take his shots.
Yeah, he will. He can get steals. He gets some assists here and there. He's a good ball player. Bellinelli at 4.4 on FanDuel, I don't love. I think he's like 3.9 on DraftKings. I'll let Johnny tell us that. I'd like that a bit better over there. That's really it for now for me. I didn't see anything too interesting in the nosebleed sections. Johnny, what about you? Do you like anything down here?
Yeah, Jeremy Lamb. If Batum's out tomorrow, he's only 5,100 on DraftKings. He's a good play. Bogdanovic, his price just never goes up. 4,500 against Toronto. I think that's a good play. You can also slide him to small forward. Going a little bit lower here. Man, J.R. Smith, I can't believe he's $4,000. He's horrible. Bellinelli, $3,800 on DraftKings.
There you go. That's a good price.
That's a great price. He's just so reliant on his shot falling, and how stable his minutes are. So if his shot's falling, I mean, he could just eat New York alive. So. And he's going to get Hardaway defense. And let's see who else would it be? Maybe some Beasley defense. Maybe some Beasley defense or Courtney Lee. So Michael Beasley. If he's playing small four,
it'll be Lee. Yeah, it'll be Lee or.
So no defense then. So no defense basically. So yeah, that's a good play if his shot's going to fall. I like that. That's it for me.
What? How many shots has he been taking the last couple of games, Bellinelli?
The last game he was taking shots, but that was a revenge game as well versus Charlotte. That was his last game, I believe.
All right, I got it here. So
the Clippers, he took 11 shots.
That's
13,
right. That's right.
11, 13, 10, and 8.
Okay.
So he took 13. Oh no,
yeah.
I thought he played Charlotte recently. I must be tripping.
Yeah, you must be tripping. That tryptophan from the turkeys got you messed up. Another thing I was looking at, the 3-point. So the 3-pointers, he has not been shooting well. 1 of 5, 1 of 6, 0 of 4, 1 of 4. If he's hitting that shot, he scored 30.8, 20.5, a dud at 9.5 against Boston, and 22.5 in those 4 games where I just read out, where he only hit 1 or no threes. Definite 10x candidate if he's hot. I think on DraftKings I'm gonna give this guy a serious look, especially with the extra half point for 3-pointers.
Yes, that's what we call in the industry positive regression. Like that's gonna come up. That guy's a shooter. That guy can shoot. So that's gonna come up. Like that's not gonna last forever. Like that guy can shoot.
Look at you with the glossary definition industry term, Cash.
And I got us.
Look at you, bro. That was awesome.
That's what we call.
And that was spot on. That positive regression incoming. Those threes are going to be falling.
Sooner or later they are. But I got a complete punt min price. If old Avery Bradley is out, nobody's going to go to this kid. Luke Kennard.
Yeah. Yup.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
I'll just say that he's good.
Let's take a look at Kennard. There might be some blowout here too. Detroit on the road, OKC. I mean, they just smoked the Warriors. They look good right now. They're playing as a unit. So let's just take a look at what Kennard's minutes. So he got 17 in a blowout against Cleveland, 10 minutes in a very close game against Minnesota, 25 in a close game against Indiana, 13 in a close game against Milwaukee, and 28 in a close game against Miami. I'm going to have to dive in and see why that huge fluctuation. But
probably Avery Bradley foul trouble. Or no, Stanley Johnson was out for a little minute.
Stanley Johnson. But there's like 1 game on, 1 game off, 1 game on.
Yeah.
You're going to have to dive in. But 8 shot attempts, 1 shot attempt. 8 shot attempts, 7 shot attempts, 11 shot attempts. And then on the threes, 3, 0, 4, 4, and 5. So yeah, a guy that's shooting threes, potentially getting minutes in a blowout, potentially getting minutes in a close game. Definitely if Avery Bradley's ruled out, he'd be interesting. And I'm going to do some diving in on the game flows and see when and why he's playing those minutes. But yeah, I like that. Min price guys, that's up my alley. Good call there. Good call there. Johnny, start us off on the high end, the small forward. What intrigues you up there?
Point LeBron at 11-2. A little bit expensive. He's definitely cash game viable. But I like that. I don't know who's going to guard him there. Maybe
LeBron?
Michael Gilchrist.
Michael Kidd
Kid
Gilchrist
Gilchrist.
or
If he,
MKG, which is
yeah,
easier, will be on LeBron almost the whole game.
if he starts,
No, there's no
start?
if, dude.
Yeah, he's 100% starting.
he's starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be on the he's gonna be on the floor every single minute. LeBron's on the floor,
Yeah.
just like last time when it went off for me. And
Like
no ownership.
Every time. This isn't just this year. This is like the last 3 years. MKG is like, a sign. He's like a shadow corner on LeBron.
41 FanDuel points. Give me that again. We're going.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah.
I like.
We're doing that. We're doing this. What else you like up there, boy?
Let's go down a little further. We got Evans, 6,900. He's an okay play. Hardaway, you can move him over to small forward. I like him there at 66. TJ Warren definitely interests me at 6,600 against New Orleans. And then Aaron Gordon at 6,500 against Boston. I think he's just too cheap.
That's cheap, right?
He's just too cheap, yeah. So that's up. I'm going to have to price enforce there.
Mm-hmm.
Another industry term. We're hitting you guys with all the industry terms tonight. I want to take. Go ahead.
And just to round out this, you got if Batum plays, he's a good play, and if Barton plays at 6,000, he's a good play as well.
Sure. On DraftKings, guys, that we could take advantage of multi-position eligibility and fit in if you like a couple guys at the same position. Small forward on the year. Cleveland Cavaliers, worst team DVP against a small forward.
Every position except power forward.
Yeah. But I was looking for Phoenix, New Orleans, and none of them are up at the top here. I did have some interest, and I still do, with TJ Warren, but I was under the impression that New Orleans was horrible against the wings. Maybe it's shooting guards. I'll take a look. But Cash, what's your thoughts? Agree, disagree with what Johnny said, and any thoughts of your own?
Yeah, I mean, I always love point guard LeBron, but that price, like 11.9. You said he's 11.2 on DK.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Like, stuff got to open up for me, I would think. Paul George is okay option. Like, that's not for me, I don't think. I like Jimmy Butler. Anytime I get the aggressive Jimmy Butler, I can dig it. But I do like TJ Warren. If they're gonna start more and have each on more cover TJ Warren, like TJ Warren could dominate that guy. Like, I don't know how you can start more to guard Warren. Like, but Cunningham got hurt.
What you got on Warren over there? Yeah, he might have.
7'6".
7'6". He's 6'6" on DraftKings.
Oof, yeah, damn right. I might be all in over there. They're going to start each one more.
Yeah, 20 shots, 15, 11, 20, 22 in his last 6. 6'6". Wow. Even at 7'6" on FanDuel, you're right. Like, in this pace environment, he's definitely a guy we got to consider. Keep it going. I
like Jaylen Brown, but that's more of a cash play. Like, he just gives you a floor. He doesn't give you a ceiling at that price. There's no ceiling there for me. Taurean Prince, I mean, he's definitely got upside, but he also has very low downside. So that's only a tournament play. Wilson Chandler, good God, dude, you sucked a big one, didn't you? You was choking on it
the whole season, man. He hasn't done anything all season. I don't know, like, what's his deal? Millsap out. That should have been like a smash step-in spot for him. Dante Cunningham not injured. He's healthy, so we have to see. Okay. Starting.
Yeah, but MKG is my play. I was all in last time against LeBron. I'm pretty sure I'll be all in this time. The guy is just going to be out there. Like, that is the guy that's going to guard LeBron, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be out there, or try to be out there, for as many minutes as LeBron is on the freaking court. Last time against Cleveland, it was 31 minutes when he was still at a 25-minute cap or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was
And
his second game back from injury.
Yeah, he just went off for me. Like,
Yep.
it was super low owned as well. And I expect the same. I'm not saying I'm expecting 40 again, but best believe I'm expecting 30 because he's going to be out there.
Yep. And he does a little bit of everything, you know, and like the extra points for blocks and steals.
Yeah.
I like
and we always attack LeBron. Always.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. That's it. Johnny, what about you, my man? You like anything down here in the cheap seats?
Yeah, if you like MKG, you can play him at $4,000 on DraftKings.
Wow. All in, all the F in. All in.
Yeah.
All in.
You can just pencil in Warren and MKG at small forward on DraftKings for me. What else you like, Johnny?
And then if you a little bit higher than that,
I might be higher.
A little bit higher.
Different terms. I bet you are, Panama Red.
That's funny. A little bit higher, Bogdanovic, you can move him over to small forward. He's a good play. Not really on all these small forwards because you can move him in so many different spots. Especially if we're going to go with MKG, but I think each one more is in play at 3,700 on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to start against Phoenix,
sure,
why not? Sure, why not? Because I mean, you can really go stars and scrubby. I mean, if you're looking at, DraftKings at Rondo as your point, you put an MKG here, especially if you're going to put Bellinelli at shooting guard or small forward because he's eligible at both positions.
Yep.
And then you throw in more. I mean, like you could put it everybody. So yeah, that might be a good way to go.
This is actually a great segue into the last show. CK told the nation, throw questions in the chat. I'm just going to choose one right now because it kind of relates to this. Robert Kahn asked, which is your favorite position to pay down on? Johnny, I'm going to start with you. Is there a particular position that you prefer to look to get value on a slate, or what's your thoughts on that?
It really depends on the slate. I mean, it's not about a pay down position for me. It's more of the spots, like where the either underpriced guys are or value plays end up being at the end of the day when we're building our lineup. So there's not a particular position. I can tell you on DraftKings, typically, center is always underpriced. That's like the most underpriced position. So, I mean, if you're not playing, if there's a lot of good options at center and you're not playing two centers, you're probably doing it wrong. And tonight already we're seeing a lot of people that are eligible at small forward and, maybe power forward or even shooting guard that are way underpriced or shooting guard way underpriced. So there's just a lot of ways you can go on every night. I think it really just depends on what the slate's allowing you to play. I think that's the best answer I can give you. Unfortunately, in DFS, there's never like an answer that's going to just be the generic answer.
Yeah, a silver bullet
for every. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't exist, unfortunately.
Cash.
There's no such thing as a pay down position. There's no such thing. This is DFS. It's called Daily Fantasy Sports. Everything changes every day. It depends on the slate. It depends on what value opens up. But for a general perspective, usually my favorite position to pay down is point guard and center. Point guard because they have the ball all the time. They handle the rock. They distribute. Center, they're at the rim. They're getting blocks. They're getting rebound putbacks. I mean, that's usually it. And then it would probably be shooting guard and power forward. But small forward, I'm always paying up at small forward unless something open up. Like my boy today, MKG. He's going to be in there. I can promise you. MKG will be in my lineups.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, for me, I agree with both what you said. For value guys, I'm just looking for usage. I don't want to take a guy that I'm looking to get 8 to 10x that doesn't take a ton of shots, that is a guy that stands in the corner and once every 8 games goes off. So like that's why the point guards and the centers are the guys, because they're underpriced, and they have the most usage. So, I guess if I had to say a position, it's any except small forward. Those guys seem to be the least usage, but it's slate player opportunity dependent. Absolutely, there's no silver bullet. Moving on, Johnny, is there any other small forwards? What, Cash? You got something?
No, go ahead.
All right, Johnny. Anything else in the small forward?
I got one question for you guys. What would you prefer here? Aaron Gordon against Boston at 6,500. He's eligible at small forward or power forward. And TJ Warren eligible at the same positions at 6,600. What do you think is the better play?
I know my answer.
TJ Warren.
Quick, Cash, what's Gordon's price on FanDuel?
Oh, I got to go over to power forward. Hold up.
Okay.
He is 7'4".
7'4". Okay. So it's actually like the same kind of like, he's 6'6". Warren 6'6" on DK and 7'6". 6'5" on DK for Gordon. 7'4". Interesting discrepancy there. I would say that I would lean Warren because of the pace up aspect, and Boston's a better defensive team.
And he's at home, and he's going to have a wonderful matchup if they put more on the court.
Yeah.
Boston's defense is good.
Yeah.
He's on the road. The Magic have sucked a big one. So, all that.
Yeah.
What about the rebounding issue with Boston, though?
Yeah, that's true, but...
they got Baines they throw out there. They've got Tatum who's, emerging, and maybe that rebounding thing isn't as bad as last year. Marcus Morris is now getting minutes, so... I'd have to dive in, but I mean, it's not like an easy answer, but for me, pace dictates a lot of those, 1v1s, and like, is there, a better spot than, Phoenix versus New Orleans?
Right now, just looking at it without digging in, like you said, it's easy for me. It's easy TJ Warren by a lot for me.
Yeah. I don't think it's by a lot for me, but I agree. Why, Johnny? Are you leaning Gordon in that spot?
No. I just just two, I think, underpriced guys in decent positions, and I just wanted to see your take on them.
Yeah, no, great question. Anybody else in small forward value, or you want to move over to power forward?
Bogdanovich at home.
Yep.
I like it. And here's a guy that likes to stand in the corner and do absolutely nothing. But if old boy is out, whatever the hell his name is, Reggie Bullock, he'll play some shooting guard. He's 3'9". No, he's 3'9". So I'd rather go to old dude Kennard, but maybe Reggie Bullock gets all the minutes. Yeah. But he's a guy that stands in the corner and does nothing. Usually.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I think Bullock had a little bit of injury issue, like small 2-game thing recently, because he hasn't played. But before that, he was getting 29, 33. So we got to dive in the game flows and see who's the first guy up on the depth chart if Bradley were to be out, and then who's going to get time in the blowout, both. But definitely, we're getting at there maybe opportunity in value on the Pistons.
I would prefer Hernan Gomez in Denver or Doug McDermott. Doug McDermott has sneakily been getting some minutes, and if kid's shot is on, he can definitely explode through 3-4. Like he could go get you 25.
Yep, he definitely could get you 25. He don't do it often, but he could. Anything else? Or are you ready to roll on?
That's it.
All right, Johnny, I'm gonna come back to you. Power forward. What do you like down to 6K?
Man, there's a lot of good choices up here. But Cousins in play at 11.4. He's a little bit expensive, but he's always in play. He hasn't had some, the greatest of games lately, but he's still Cousins,
That makes me like him more.
Yeah. Because you get the game watchers that are going to be off of him, the game log watchers, so he won't be as high on.
You haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm just going to throw this out there. Like AD, what's his price? It's like $700 cheaper?
Yeah.
Okay, so, we all liked Rondo.
Yeah.
Which, if you could only choose one, are you going with Cousins or AD or neither to pair with Rondo?
If I was going to pair him, I would pair him with Cousins. I just think he just has that rapport with him. I mean, the reason Rondo is in New Orleans is because of their days at the Kings. They had such a great rapport together. So I would pair him with Cousins. I think they're better together. I think Anthony Davis plays better with Drew Holiday. So if I was going to pair up anybody with Rondo, it would be Cousins. But I probably am not going to play Cousins in a lot of my lineups just because I'm liking unless I make a couple pivots here right now because I'm looking at going low to medium balance tomorrow. I'm not looking to go anything super high.
Okay. Why do you think the price discrepancy, if Davis has actually played decently and, Cousins have a couple down games, a game where he got ejected, why do you think they got, normally they're pretty closely priced. Why do you think there's such a gap today?
It goes back and forth, though. I mean, like, at the beginning of the year, Davis was priced higher and then Cousins caught up. Mm-hmm. I just think that Cousins has better opportunity. He just hasn't been shooting the ball that well. So he has better opportunity. I think he's able to get more rebounds. I think he's a little bit more active at the rim. And I also think it's the matchup. I think Davis is going to be out on the floor a little bit more. I think Cousins is going to be more, under the rim, trying to protect it. Yeah, underneath. So I think the game flow for this is definitely going to be a Cousins Rondo game. Especially if Len gets out there at all. Len is not good at the pick and roll. He moves his hips. That's where he draws a lot of his fouls. We always say he's really handsy, but he actually gets more fouls from the pick and roll, from swinging his hips. So I think that Cousins and Rondo is the correlation, and again the opportunities too. And I mean, I think that Cousins is the better player all around. So I think that's why he's priced where he's at.
And it's also, I think it's also 3-pointers. Cousins attempted 7 and so on, and Davis really doesn't attempt them at all, especially on DraftKings. You get the extra half point. But it just feels like they're trying to tempt you into Anthony Davis with this discount. You know what I mean? It's like, I agree. I think I'd go Boogie. Josh, what's your thoughts? I know they're different positions on FanDuel, but if you were playing on DraftKings, who would you pair with Rondo?
Well, first of all, it's because Boogie is the Boogie Monster and AD is borderline donut. Like, he's borderline.
You never know when he's going to slip on a juice box,
you don't want to
stealing rat dad. Yeah.
Do not disrespect the Boogie Monster because he will come for your He will come for you. So you don't disrespect that dude. DK knows what it is. Don't disrespect him. But
put some respect on his name.
In this game, it's very close to me. Both of them have great matchups.
Oh, yeah.
But on FanDuel, I mean, I'd have to say Boogie because it's going to be lower owned. But
he's a monster.
Damn, these matchups are in both nut spots.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't know if the Suns can hang with them, but if they do, let's see what's the line on this game. Cash, I don't think you know what the line is. Give me a guess. What do you think the line is? It's in New Orleans.
New Orleans by 7.
In Phoenix.
It's in Phoenix. Does that change the 7 call?
No, I know it's in Phoenix.
Okay. Johnny, do you know what the line is? Or
yeah, it's -6. It's 230 on the over.
Ooh, I was close. I
were
making them lines in Vegas, man.
You want it. Johnny, go back to you. Who else you like power forward? Sorry, went on that little tangent there.
It's all good. Let's see. Maybe some Porzingis. I just don't like his price.
What's
Kevin
his price
Love
there?
is 89.
Keep going.
Kevin Love, 7,700. That's a good price for him. Let's see. Draymond, blowout. Don't like that. You can move TJ Warren to power forward. That's a good play. Aaron Gordon, 6,500. He's way too cheap, as I was saying. Let's see. And that's it at that price level.
Okay. Cashin, give me your perspective.
I like Porzingis, even at this high price, because I think more go to Hardaway. So that right there will lower Porzingis' ownership unless they want to game stack it.
Yep.
And I think Porzingis has the better matchup. because if Collins is going to start again, like Collins could literally get 3 fouls in 2 minutes guarding Porzingis.
Sure.
So, and Mr. Best Player in the NBA, Luke Babbitt, he's out.
Yeah.
So,
Ilyasova coming off the bench.
Yeah, I wish Luke Babbitt was there because, oh man, that would be even better. But so I do like that. I love AD. Draymond, big no for me. I do like Aaron Gordon. Oh man, it's tough for me right here. Tobias Harris, he's a guy I like, but I don't know. Like, I expect OKC to handle him, like you said, man. OKC the last week or so, like they've looked like they're coming. Like they're gelling. Those 3 guys are gelling together. This team is going to be so good.
Yeah, and Steve Adams is no slouch neither. Like their starting 5 is legit. You know. Like,
because they got Roberson with the D and
you know, like I didn't see it preseason, but you know now after witnessing it, watching them smoke the Warriors, like smoke. You know.
I think I had them at 3 in the West in my preseason projection.
Yeah, maybe I had them at 4. I might have put Minnesota in front of them. What do you think the spread is on this game? OKC is the home team. Pistons visiting.
11.
11? And what do you think the over-under is?
Ooh, 219.
219. Okay. The spread is OKC -8, and the over-under is only 204. These are 2 slow-paced teams. So, you know, and that's just leading to my point on Tobias Harris. I don't mind the matchup against Melo D, but pace down, double pace down, and he's got to get you like a 40. I don't know if I really want to go there. I don't think there's a ton of upside in it. Maybe a cash play.
204.
Yeah.
Damn, that's low.
Yep. Anybody else? Or are you gonna flip back to my main John?
Yeah, that's it for above 6.
All right. So it's either you're paying way up, or we're gonna have to find somebody down here in the cheap seats. Johnny, what do you like down here below 6K?
I like John Collins, 4,800 against New York. If he starts, that's going to be a boost up. I get it. He's a little foul prone. He's a young guy. So
what's your price tag over there?
He's 48.
Wow. 57 on FanDuel. So
yeah.
I was disagreeing with your take until I heard that. 48, sure. 57,
that's way too low.
Yeah. And that's what I run into a problem here, because right under him I have Greg Monroe at 4,700, and you know that he's going to have to be on the court a lot tomorrow with these 2 bigs, and you might see him and Wilson Chandler both playing together. Tyson Chandler. You might see them both playing together on the floor just to be able to hang with these 2. So I like Monroe a lot too. That's just there's so many guys here in the valley
that we like, you know, like
like they're like dangling the carrots at us, and it's just like, oh, here you go, you know.
It's like they're trying to force you into stars and scrubs, you know. It's like there's enough low-priced, you know, intriguing plays, and then a ton of studs on this slate. So
and
honestly, they have no chance. Like this was like the Ben Simmons play on Friday. Like they have no chance. They're gonna have Tyson Chandler on Boogie.
I mean,
get the hell out of here. They're gonna have Marquise Chris on AD. I mean, you gotta be shitting me.
Marquise Chris is starting the game with 4 fouls. Like the minute the game tips off, he's got 4 fouls.
So that means
Dragan Bender. They're gonna bring in the stretch guy.
Oh my God, these guys have no chance to guard these 2, man.
Yeah. So if you go stars and scrubs, would you try and put them both in? Would you go both Boogie and AD, or is that like negative correlation?
Oh, not for me. You already know. No.
The problem is, I just like all the value that I'm looking at right now is at forward.
Yeah, and on DK, it's so hard to put in both. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other plays I like. Yep. You know, especially at center, we're going to get to. Like, there's a couple of guys I really like.
There are.
And it's just like, how the hell am I going to, like, I'm not going to get the exposure that I want, because I want to put all these guys in one lineup, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. It'd be really difficult to build just one team tomorrow. It'd be
I almost
impossible.
want to go and just look at what fantasy draft pricing is
Yeah,
tomorrow because they're pretty
yeah,
close with DraftKings, and
yeah.
just do like a 7 center lineup, dude, or a power forward because I'm loving it so far.
Anybody else in the cheap range down here at power forward, or can I move
Not for
over?
me.
Not
Not
for
for me.
you.
There's so much value already. I don't think I'd look any lower.
All right, Cash. On the FanDuel, not as many options. What do you like down here?
They raised Kenneth Farid's price after playing 0 minutes. They raised it $1,100. Like, what the fuck? Are y'all watching the games, FanDuel? I mean, what are y'all doing?
What are they doing?
Raised it to 44. Yeah,
Johnny, what's his price? What's
44?
Johnny, what's his price on DK?
I don't know, but I called that one. I just gotta say that he's gonna put up no minutes. 3,800. He went up $400.
How the hell does that even happen? Like, how do you got a guy playing 0 minutes to go up?
Because DraftKings doesn't go by scoring; they go by popularity a lot in their algorithm a lot.
That's
Yeah,
what
he was
does
10% owned. You're right.
Yeah.
Let me see
Freaking
if there's
ridiculous.
even any notes here. No, nothing about why he didn't play last game. Yeah.
The coach doesn't like him.
This is the actual spot where nobody plays him and he goes out and gets 40. Like Malone plays him 35 minutes, but don't play him. It's not worth the risk. I had 3 teams on FanDuel. 2 of them had Farid, zeros. One of them scored 359. The other scored like 327. So I wouldn't have won anything crazy, but still, I didn't cash, and I would have if he played. So I'm pretty bitter about it. What else, Cash? What else you like down here?
I do. It is. I like John Collins if they could tie his hands behind his back, so he can't foul. So, like, if he's out there with his hands behind his back, I like him. But at 5'7",
no.
I don't know if I can go there. Like, I want to go there, but I don't think I can go there.
Yeah.
But Taj Gibson, what?
I said I'll get my exposure to Collins on DraftKings.
Oh yeah, for sure. Taj Gibson, I do like. Dude went bananas. I didn't have him on no main teams. I had him on the Express.
Props to you for having him, man, because he was nowhere on my radar on that slate. I totally missed it.
He's a magic killer, man.
Yeah,
I know my magic killers, and he's one of them. He dominates the magic like Kemba Walker does. But I wish I would have had him on the main because, damn, he went off. He wasn't even on in the Express slate. And it was like a 3-game slate. He wasn't even on.
I know. But, he's never on.
I know, and that's why I always like him. Zebo, like all these guys down here, I like them every day because nobody plays them. So, Zebo goes off like he did. If the rest of my lineup didn't suck balls, I would have been all right.
Zebo's not on this slate though that we're talking about last slate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all them guys. I mention them every day. But Kenneth Farid, yeah. I mean, why not? Let's see if we can get another 0 out of him.
Oh, you can.
I know, and I might do it again. Because this time he's gonna be 0.8% owned instead of whatever he was. 10,
hey man,
13,
then you might get double 0. Then him getting 0 and his ownership getting a 0, right?
That's right. Let's do it. I got the cojones. I ain't scared. Jay Crowder, he's all right. He's going to get minutes, but no upside there. Marquise Chris, good luck tomorrow. Good luck. And that's about it down here. You want to play Trey Lyles since he's the one that's going to get minutes? Any coach, like, I don't know. Like, how can anybody look at Trey Lyles on a basketball court and look at Kenneth Farid on a basketball court and be like, oh, Lyles, let's go. Get in there, Lyles. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
I know. It's ridiculous. What about Dragon Bender, the Dragon for Phoenix?
He's going to get
25. Put up 25 his last game in 33 minutes. He's 3,100. He put up 22 2 games before that. He's on like a on-off thing with going where he played 20 minutes or more all 5 games, got 20 points against the Lakers, 7 against Houston, 22 against the Lakers again, 6.9 against the Bulls, and then 25.2 against a severely shorthanded Milwaukee Bucks. Not an ideal matchup, but he does kind of like, he's a stretch 4 kind of guy. I don't know if Boogie or Boogie or AD are going to really chase him out by the 3-point line. So if he's hitting his shots, I guess he's worth a look. But I think there's just way better options on this slate. Let's move over to center.
No, hold on. I'm so pissed about the Fareed thing. I just let everything go. No, I think it's a great matchup for him because they're going to need 5-6 fouls from Monroe. All 6 fouls. They're going to need 8 fouls for Chris. They're going to need all those Tyson Chandler fouls, and they're going to need all those Dragon Bender fouls, and then they're going to need all those Lynn fouls. They're going to need all those fouls because they have no chance against these two dudes. And Looney is another option in blowout. Looney has huge upside in limited minutes if it turns into a blowout.
Yeah, and it most likely is. It's a 19.5-point spread at this moment. That's Golden State just got embarrassed, and now they're coming home against a Bulls team that's shorthanded and not very good. So that definitely can get ugly. That's a very good point. Johnny, you told me you liked a ton of centers. Tell me who they are.
It's not really that I like a ton of centers. It's just that players that are eligible at center, or most of them are also eligible at power forward. And there's actual centers that I like too. And then you got to throw in Boogie and all that stuff. So there's just so many plays at the bigs tomorrow, and you can't fit them all in the spots. So I'm in just a lot of dilemmas here for what I'm looking at so far. So I like Cousins at the top, but my play going down here, I really like Vukovic tomorrow. He's one of my favorite plays. So, and he always plays good against Boston. So, well, you don't like that. You don't like that play.
No. I'm looking at Cat. He's such a he's a pussycat. That's what he is. He's a freaking pussycat.
Well, so is Vucevic. I mean, he's not a great defender, anyways. He doesn't defend. So, but I like that. I go back and forth with Aaron Gordon being so cheap. He's also really cheap. So I'm gonna have exposure to both those guys. I just don't know how much. But it's hard to get the Phoenix exposure I want with Cousins and getting him in there. It's just I can't fit so many bigs in. So again, that's where kind of my dilemma is again.
Real quick, I'll comment on that.
Yeah,
Vucevic has seen a usage bump with Peyton back. There's definitely a correlation, between him getting more shot attempts when Peyton's on the court. Boston, they're pretty solid defensively, except at the top and bottom, point guard and center. So I think I'd prefer Vucevic if I had to choose one between him and Gordon. That's just my 2 cents on that. Anybody else?
No, that's it for me at those price tiers.
Okay, there's one guy I really like that you didn't mention. We'll see if Cash does. Cash, you know the drill. Take me to 6K. What do you like?
Love the Boogie Monster. It's expensive. Cat is oh god. This guy. How can anybody ever play this guy? And the price just stays up there. Like I'm even surprised he's under $10,000. Dude is a 3x player. Don't ever play this guy. Like freaking kidding me.
I mean, with Butler, the addition of Butler, his usage has taken a significant hit. So I until his price gets below 8K, I haven't played him once this year, and I don't plan to. I agree.
Hassan Whiteside, dude screwed me the other day. I was really high on him against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Did nothing. It's Cat defense, which is absolutely horrendous.
Yep.
So maybe, but I don't like that price. But whatever. Marcus Gasol. Every time I play Marcus Gasol, he sucks. I do like Vooch. I do like Dwight Howard a bunch. Kevin Love, yeah, you see what you can do there. And
sure.
Enes Kanter, he's all right, and that's it.
Yeah. I get why you didn't mention him, Johnny. Miles Turner, 6,700 on DraftKings. That doesn't interest you at all?
Just my priority, man. Like, there's just too many bigs.
Too many guys.
Man. Like, I'm already in a big traffic jam right now with everything. I mean, if I could just get rid of the shooting guard spot and like call it just a wing, that would help me out a lot, and then I can maybe open things up. But I just don't have a spot for him. He's probably like 5th on my list.
I hear you. I do have interest because of the matchup against Toronto.
Sure.
He's a little bit too cheap. He's usually 7,500, and he is a guy when he's on that can get you in the high 40s. It's a price enforcement kind of thing on DraftKings for me. But I do agree. Like, I love Vucevic, and they're like the same price, so I'd probably go Vuce as well. But an interesting pivot if you're making multiple teams.
Sure.
Neither of you guys mentioned Jokic. He's got a game time decision tag that's mostly false. He left the game briefly against Houston and came back before getting shut down because they were getting blown out. But I expect him back in this spot. Not ideal against Memphis, but they are shorthanded with Millsap. There is a usage bump coming that we just haven't seen because he left with the injury and the blowouts. So interesting. I think he'll be super low owned. Not an ideal spot here, but I got to dive in. I'm not exactly sure what Memphis's pace is, and I think they're a little bit faster, especially, like with Conley off. I think they're playing even faster now with what's his name? Oh boy, the Tyreek the Freak running things half the game. But I'm cool with the rest of those. Cash, what do you like in the cheap seats at center?
Oh man, I already can see it. I can see the future. I'm gonna play Hassan Whiteside, and he's gonna get me 25 against Cat instead of going out and getting me 55.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hassan Whiteside, you mother! I can already tell. I just know I'm gonna be so heavy on Hassan Whiteside and Dwight Howard tomorrow. I can already just see it. I can just see the future. Like, I can already see my lineup building with Little Herm in my head. Play to win the game. You play to win the game.
I'll say Dwight Howard, 26 points actual and 25 in his last two games. He's doing that. He's a lock for 50. Actually, FanDuel DraftKings points at 7,600. I think I'd lean Howard because he's significantly cheaper.
And it kind of takes me a little down on LeBron. I mean, LeBron is LeBron, but with Dwight down there, he might just not drive to the basket as much. You know what I'm saying?
Much. Yep.
But Alex Lynn, Greg Monroe, they're gonna need all the fouls. Like I said, Tyson Chandler sucks. Don't play him. But the other two, they have upside. They're gonna need all those fouls. What else down here? That's it. Like, I'm not going down here. I'm not going down here.
Johnny, what about you? Anything down below 6K that interests you?
Like Len, Monroe, those are valid plays.
Is Len really an option? Do you think?
I do. I just they're gonna need the fouls. I don't think Chandler's gonna be able to do. I mean, they're gonna if Len's out there, I can see Chandler being okay. But there's no way those two guys out there with the bigs, the Twin Towers. There's just no way. I like Len having to spread the floor out a little bit, because he'll take some shots. I think he's a viable option in deep flyer pick. And you never know, like sometimes he can irritate, some of the other bigs and, they don't want to go out and guard him and maybe they get a little handsy too. So, and you never know with Boogie. I mean, Boogie is very volatile. You never know what's going to happen with him. And Anthony Davis can slip on it. Yeah, and you got Anthony Davis who can slip on his own slobber. So
AD is donut.
Yeah, donut.
Boogie is volatile for a whole nother reason.
Yeah,
he's angry man.
And really, Boogie's calmed that down a ton. Like that's his old reputation following him. I know he got tossed once this year, but he's cut that down a lot. He's nowhere near as volatile as AD in my opinion.
And it's a thing like Russ. Like once he gets in between the lines, it's a different man. Like off the court, Boogie is supposed to be super cool, and Russ is a nerd. Like Russell Westbrook is a nerd. He goes home and reads books and plays chess and with his kids. He don't even go out. Everybody think Russ is this crazy monster. Russ is a nerd. He goes home to his wife and kids and plays chess and reads books. But on that basketball court, no sir, he's a killer, just like Boogie. That's why I love those guys. I love killers.
I gotta change my whole lifestyle, man. I play chess and I read books.
You're a nerd, bro.
I guess I just gotta own it. What about Jonas Valanciunas, 4,500 against Indiana? He hasn't seen the minutes, but like that's been confusing me because he started the season off as like the guy, and we had heard in the preseason they wanted him to kind of develop into like a Jokic type player. The first few games we saw it, then he got hurt, and now he's doing like this 16-minute a game thing. But like if he ever were to get 30, like he could go, 9x. I know it's risky, but right, like that's worth mentioning, isn't it?
Well, I think you got to leave that one for Cash. He's probably got a great take on this one. I know he does every time we have a show. So let's leave that one for him to answer this one.
I might have said that on purpose, but yeah. What do you think, Cash? I'm just gonna wait.
Did we just lose him? Did he fall to the floor? What happened? Cash, are you there?
he just bounced. He bounced. That's amazing. Cash, I love that dude, man. And all jokes aside, like he really is a legit, like one of the best basketball minds out there. He does watch all the games, and like there's nothing better for me than to be able to bounce my ideas off that kid. You got to read his article. Like he's on the top. Like I can't believe he had Taj Gibson the other night. Like I was so impressed. Like, oh, there he is. Where'd you go?
I don't know. You got cheap Wi-Fi. I'm cheap.
Cheap Wi-Fi.
I thought you got kicked off because you got pissed off with the take on Valanciunas.
You didn't want to curse on the air, so you just left.
Man. I love Valanciunas as a player, and the price is so cheap. But this coach, man, it's like Malone over there. He just got disdain for this guy. Like he don't like this guy.
But he liked them. Like in the preseason, they did this whole like Joe Val's. We're gonna run the offense through, and we saw it. Then we saw it in the first two games, and he got hurt, and now it's back to the DeRozan show. I don't understand.
But we saw it. Like last year, he didn't play, and remember in the playoffs that one year, like what was that? That wasn't last year. I think it was the year before in the playoffs. Like he was a beast. He was beasting. Yeah. And yeah, man, I don't get it.
Yeah. So like. I think Oladipo's a good defender, right? Like he could neutralize DeRozan a bit, right?
He's all right.
Like
I mean, he can handle his own.
So like, Joe Val, Miles Turner don't play no defense. He may make a team. You know what I mean? He's too cheap. He could win you a slate if he goes off.
He's way too cheap.
Other than that, Monroe, I do have interest in. I've just been so impressed with his play, and if this game stays close, he's going to put up another 30 or 40 FanDuel points.
Yeah, don't play Lynn over Monroe because Lynn could get into such quick foul trouble. Like Lynn is just a huge donkey GPP play. Like you play Monroe, and Monroe's 100 cheaper. Like how is that? Like who is making these prices? Like I don't know.
And I mean. With the games that Monroe's been putting up there, how is he just not getting this price increase? I just don't understand.
Yeah,
he's 47 on DraftKings. I don't get it.
And Monroe, I guess it's the ownership because I did have Monroe at like 4.6, and Fareed was closer to 10 on that last slate. But
how does Zebo stay at 4.6 every day?
I know,
and nobody plays him. Like,
I know.
Whatever. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna play Zebo every day. Like
I know, every day. I wish he was on this slate because I'd play him no matter who he's playing. But I guess that's gonna do it for the position by position. We did have another couple of questions we wanted to answer. Let me pull those up. These are questions that the nation posted in the chat of the podcast. I had this one's very easy. John the Great, he asked, what is a GPP? GPP stands for Guaranteed Prize Pool. And what that means is DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever the provider is going to pay out X amount of dollars, regardless if one person signs up for the tournament or it fills. So it's a guaranteed amount of money, no matter how many people sign up for the tournament.
Try to find those tournaments with one guy in them.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to enter.
The late swap slates, especially like on the like non-main you can find some of that sometimes. Like especially on like a funky day,
Oh,
Sunday,
so you're
Sunday.
saying they have late swap slate. They have late swap slates like for express
An
and stuff.
express, I'm not sure. It might just be the mains, but like on like a Sunday when basketball is not the primary focus during football season, you take a look at that late swap slate. There's no attractive tournaments, but for cash games or whatnot, anything that's guaranteed, they haven't been filling. So it's worth taking advantage of that overlay.
And that's the best one to play cash on because just in case one of your 10:30 guys sits, you know what I'm saying, you can change them out.
You can
So
change
you're
it.
not getting no zero.
Yeah, because that is going to happen. We will have a slate that starts at 7, and a guy that's pretty popular will get ruled out at 7:03, and the guys on the late swap slate will be able to get out of them.
And you sit back on Twitter and enjoy the show.
And enjoy the ride. Yep, for sure. Anything you guys want to talk about, slate related thoughts before we get out of here?
I think there was a question about a donkey. A donkey is
yes.
a MME tournament. It is where a guy can enter 150 teams. So you're playing a guy with 150 lineups, and if you're entering 1 or 2 or 3, just good luck. I mean, I enter them because I'm a donkey. I like playing donkeys. I'm going for that 100 G's. So I suggest y'all shouldn't play them. But hey, do what you do.
Yep. It's worth, it's like a lottery ticket. I'm glad you answered that because you are the originator of the term donkeys for those tournaments. What about you, Johnny? Any last words on the slate?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. I mean, first look, there's just so many good options here, and it looks like good value. So, it's definitely a good GPP night. Looks like.
I feel bad for you because you're going to be doing lessons all day. Because just a reminder, we got the Black Friday special from currently running till midnight tomorrow. Slash price on the full season NBA package, $74.99. You get the remainder of the season and the playoffs. And anyone that signs up, Johnny is going to give you a free 30-minute coaching session. So I don't know if you're going to have much time to do your research tomorrow, bro, but I appreciate you putting that out there. Other than that, appreciate you guys joining me Thanksgiving night. Really excited for this slate. Definitely try and catch us on the live stream because a lot of these questions that we're not sure of, we will have answered by then, and we'll have a roadmap for success on this slate. With that said, if you guys have other questions, put them in the chat. We'll address them on tomorrow's pod. If you're listening on YouTube, give us some likes, give us some comments. That helps boost us up the charts. If you're listening on iTunes or Podbeams, give us some 5-star reviews. It means a lot to us. It helps us keep doing what we do, and that's giving the nation the CashinDFS and Johnny the GOAT and Paulie D and the rest of the nation. We love being here. We do it for you, and we are out of here. Peace.
Yes.